This is a podcast of 98FM's Dublin Talks. Remember, catch the show live Monday to Friday at 10 a.m.
98FM's Dublin Talks with Adrian Kennedy.
98FM. I'm Adrian Kennedy, and that man there is Mr. Darren Cleary, who's here with us while our Jeremy's on his holidays.
Our Jeremy away on holidays. Do you know what I did to you last night, Adrian?
No.
I searched you on Facebook.
You searched me on Facebook?
I searched you on Facebook. I wanted to go back and have a look at one of the topics you did for the podcast. And you know what I discovered?
What did you discover, Darren?
There are some less than flattering Adrian Kennedy tribute pages.
I know.
You know the first thing that comes up when I Google you are Adrian Kennedy and Jeremy Dixon are SHIT stirring bankers with a W. Right? So that's the first one. And the second one is Adrian Kennedy and Jeremy Dixon are two...
Okay, so all statements of fact.
One of them has 700 likes. I'm impressed.
Now, last night, Ed Sheeran was in the Phoenix Park, and he's back again tomorrow night, and he's back again on Saturday night. Ed Sheeran fan? Are you? No?
I'm pretty sure people are angry because they realise they were at an Ed Sheeran concert. I'm not angry about the sound at all. They just realise, what am I doing? I'm at Ed Sheeran.
I take it you weren't there then, Darren?
If he played in my back garden, I'd close the curtains.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, you're alone because thousands were there last night. There will be, 150,000 over 3 nights, which is a fair achievement. But a number of people have been in contact with us, including Rachel, who got in contact with us. Rachel, tell me what happened.
I don't know. I think it was just a little bit overcrowded. I'm sure the venue holds the amount of space for the people going in for the tickets sold. It was just where the seats were, it created a bit of a bottleneck. The gap to get into the main arena area was very, very narrow, and there was just hundreds of thousands of people behind, and there was apparently room up at the front, but there just wasn't stewards moving people to the sides and around so that more people could get in. So I think it was just maybe possibly layout.
Okay, so it was all a bit of a mess from the start in that you went to go in the yellow entrance and ended up not being able to go through there. Why not?
Someone had actually said, one of the stewards said to us that the turnstile wasn't working, but there wasn't actually, I don't know whether there was a turnstile on the yellow entrance, but when we got into the red, there wasn't. So I know we weren't there bang on 5 o'clock for the main act. We weren't going to be there for the artists who were playing before him. So I knew we were a little bit later. I wasn't expecting to get up the front. I didn't want to get up the front, but I was expecting to get in past the seats to see the concert from the side, from the main kind of area, rather than in at the back. There was hundreds of thousands of people who had to watch the concert from where the food and the drinks were, from that kind of backfield area, rather than, I'm sure most of them would have wanted to get into the main bit as well.
Okay, so is it that you don't believe that the standing area was big enough, or what?
Yeah, I think so. Well, I think there just wasn't enough stewards on, possibly, regards moving people in and around. A lot of people were saying that there was actually room up the front, but we didn't see any stewards at all, kind of moving people in and hurrying people, to keep the momentum of the crowd going, because a lot of people were just standing in that area between the two seating stands, and that's where we ended up staying because we couldn't get any farther, and there was a lot of people coming back out. And I asked one of the ladies who was walking by and said, is there any reason why you're going? And she said, it's just so busy. She said, it's getting crushed that they didn't want to be in there. So we kind of went, all right, well, we're not going to try and venture any farther in then. If it's getting that crowded, I didn't want it to be dangerous. There was a lot of kids around us. There was a girl beside us who was crying because she couldn't see, and her sister, who was older, was trying to get closer, but the mother didn't want them going any closer because she could see herself that it was just a bit too busy for young kids.
Now, isn't that the risk, if that's the right word, of an open-air venue like that? That's the sort of thing that happens at a gig like that.
Yeah, no, I totally appreciate that. I've been to gigs in the Phoenix Park before, and I've had absolutely no issues. And even, walking it, having to do the long walk out of the park didn't bother me. It's just there were so many people around us who wanted to get into the main the main event, even if the seats were in a V formation, that they would allow more people to get in to the main arena. I think that would even alleviate the problem. I think it was just layout, and there was just a lack of stewards and security. I know a lot of people were saying that, you could hear the concert in Ballyfermot and surrounding areas. I don't doubt that. Like, I live in Clontarf and I can hear concerts in Croke Park perfectly. But just the way when you're standing, I've got a voice recording, but I can't post that anywhere. I was trying to record one of the songs, and it was just people talking. The acoustics, whatever was going on, and I don't know whether that's to do with layout or what the problem was, but it was really, really difficult to hear him singing.
Okay, and then there was also an added problem for you in the queue for the bar.
Yeah, no, as I said, we were late coming in, so I'm not expecting to be, hurried up really quickly. The bar did move really quickly, which I said on Facebook. It actually moved pretty quick. But once you got up to the bar, they had ran out of wine and sparkling, and they only had Rockshore and Guinness, which is fine. I'm a beer drinker, so I was fine with drinking that. But a lot of the bartenders were, I would say, just overworked. They didn't have enough products there to give out, and the demand was so high because they didn't have enough wine for the wine drinkers. They couldn't pour quick enough for the amount of people who were ordering, say, 4 drinks at a time. They were actually giving boxes to people to carry 8 or 10 pints away from the bar. So it's not their fault that they were under pressure because the stock wasn't there, but I think they just should have had enough stock in and preempted. That was before he had even come on stage, that they had ran out of beer, they'd ran out of wine and sparkling. They should have enough to keep the stock going for the concerts.
Okay, so finally, for anybody who is going to see Ed Sheeran on Friday or Saturday, your advice is get there early, and you believe that if they're sitting, you should be okay. But if you're standing, get there early.
Yeah, just get there early and try and move to the sides. That's what our plan was, to get in and get into the sides, but we just weren't able to get in there because of the bottleneck. Just go a little bit earlier. I appreciate that the stewards were working very hard, and there was a lot of people attending. And it's the same with the bartenders and the people working on the food carts. There's a lot of people attending, and it was a high pressure environment for them. I'm sure it's just disappointing when you wait months for a concert to come around, and you pay, we paid €170 for our two tickets, and then you go and you can't hear to the best ability and you can't see to the best ability. I even think if they had screens on the back of the seating area for the people who were in the field at the back, at least they could see. I don't know, it was just a little bit disappointing. We've seen him 5 times and he's always been amazing. This time was just not as successful for us.
All right, well, thanks for talking to us on 98 FM, Rachel.
No problem, thanks, Adrian.
And we've had a number of messages and tweets and WhatsApps about that gig last night. And if you have any comments on it, if you're somebody who thought it was the best gig ever in the history of gigs, you can call us on 6797981, or you can text or WhatsApp 0877 98 98 98. You've one there, Darren.
Yeah, Emma says on Twitter, I've been to many concerts in Phoenix Park, but I've never been to one as poorly organised as Ed Sheeran. 50% of the crowd couldn't fit inside the venue, and inside there was a crowd crush. Worst concert I've ever been to. And Adrian, there's quite a few of those types of messages of people who are not very happy with, 1, the layout of the gig, and 2, the way it was actually organised inside.
I agree with that caller, says this message. I think there was more than 50,000 there. It looked oversold. It was a mess. The girl is right. It was a horrible gig to be at. Too many little kids running around, says that message. And then there was one more. Oh, yeah, this is a bit of a book here. It says, in regards to Ed Sheeran last night, it was a disaster from start to finish in regards to the venue and size of the area in which the concert was on. After paying close to 200 for 2 seating tickets, in which we were told that we had to stand, we got over the fact that we had to stand and try to enjoy the show. With this, the main area started to fill up, to which there wasn't sufficient space for the amount of people that were there. It was as if they oversold it for the size of the location. You couldn't move, which made it very hard to try and enjoy the show. We tried to move from the standing area, which was near impossible, blah, blah, blah. A waste of €200. And Where's the other one? There's one more. Yes, I just thought I'd text you about Ed Sheeran concert. The sound was terrible. Couldn't even see him. They had small, narrow screens, so didn't get to see him. And on that, very disappointed for the money we paid. Wouldn't be going back to a concert there again. So complaints more about the venue than anything
another
else.
one here, Adrian, from a Twitter user. Absolute terrible setup for Ed Sheeran in the Phoenix Park. It's a park, lads. No need to go make a stadium out of it. And 50% of the crowd can't even see the stage, and no speakers or screen behind the stands. My nephew's first gig, and he left disappointed. That was another complaint about too many kids there, Adrian. You had a text about that. Another one, Phoenix Park really let Ed Sheeran down. Terrible sound, no view of the stage, most people standing, very odd, nasty, drunk crowd as well, according to one.
According to one, okay, this is the first one we've heard of that. The security was shocking, says this person. They didn't know how to direct people to where they should be going. And Colm, you're on 98FM. How are you, Colm?
How you doing, Adrian?
Your complaint is about parking.
It was, yeah. Now, me and my partner actually drove in, and we got in there about 7:20. Now, my partner actually has to have the insulin and stuff. She's actually got diabetes.
Right.
So we actually timed it that we got in there just after she had to eat and stuff. So we drove in, we got in there, and I'd asked the guys, as you're going in, because they have a diversion going in place. So I'd asked them, is parking up around this way? And he goes, yeah, just follow the diversion. It's going on around. But when we got out, it was at the end of Castleknock. So by the time we drove back around, all the parking spots that were outside, because we didn't know they were outside the houses, so we didn't know whether you could park there or not. But you could actually park there, which we didn't realise. So I ended up having to drive into Jervis Street Shopping Centre car park, parking there, getting a taxi from there up, and then the walk up with my partner was just... It took us 50 minutes to walk up from the main gates after getting dropped off by the taxi. We only seen Ed Sheeran for about 40 minutes, and then we had to leave. And coming out then again, it took us another hour to get back out, which was just... If they had have told us there was no parking after 6 o'clock and all, we could have just drove back out, parked at one of them spots, and that was it. But it was just... Every single person you were asking was like, no, yeah, just follow the diversions. It was like they just wanted to get people out of the Phoenix Park that weren't walking.
Yeah, you see, I understand all of that. The one thing I will say in defence of the promoters and everything else is a venue like that, the Phoenix Park, for example, everybody should know that it's going to be a long walk. Everybody should know that it's basically in a field. Everybody should know it's not ideal. It's not like having an indoor venue like the Three Arena. It's not like having even a stadium like Croke Park. It is a field.
Yeah, but if you're paying, Adrian, for that...
No, I understand that, but you know what you're paying for.
No, but you're paying for a gig. You expect it to be just as well organised as if it were in a stadium, I would assume. The tickets are the same price.
The only thing for me, though, Adrian, was the fact that if that guy had told us, no, like we wasted an hour and 20 minutes, basically, to watch we could have been in there an hour and 20 minutes before that. We could have seen a lot more of Ed Sheeran and all, if they had told us exactly what they knew already. But they didn't. So it's bad staffing, basically, but that they didn't realise it. Like they had kids and all that were working there trying to just steward everybody out as well. Like it was just unreal.
Okay, so not a happy man after all that experience either. And Darren. Hello, Darren? Oh, no, he's not there yet. Sorry, Darren was about to tell us that he was there. And it was a great gig. Stop moaning.
Maybe great for him, but that doesn't mean everyone had the same experience.
No, I know that. Sorry, where's that text, lads?
Another text, Adrian. The amount of kids crying was awful. Worst gig ever.
Oh, yeah, there was plenty of room on the right-hand side of the stage. We only got there at 8:15. Great gig, just needed to move around. There was pockets of spaces. It was just a horrible walk home after the gig, says Darren. Look, can I just again say, if you're going to a gig in the Phoenix Park, you should know that there's going to be a walk to and from it. That's just where the place is located. Okay? I remember seeing the Pope in the Phoenix Park, and we'd walk nearly 10 miles to get to see the Pope.
That's because you had no cars in your days.
Oh, yeah, but that's
Dublin
true.
bus hadn't been founded.
Anyway, there you go. And one more. Keep concerts to venues that are built to handle them, and leave parks for what they are for. Free places to walk with the family. Okay. I know loads of people enjoyed Ed Sheeran last night, so but there are always going to be complaints. But as I said, if you're going to a gig in a venue like that, you have to expect that there are some downsides.
But some of these can be addressed in time between now and the next gig is Friday. So you've 24 hours to change the layout somewhat to affect it and make sure that a lot of people reported overcrowding or whatever way the ground was laid up for standing led to overcrowding. If you see standing in Crow Park, they split it. It's not just one big standing spot. They've 3 or 4 different areas or pens, as it were, where people were stand. Things like drink disappearing and people being told to go to the wrong car park. That's all fixable. You would hope that if that is true and that is the case, and we wouldn't imagine these people have a reason to lie about their experience, that this is something that could be fixed by the promoter and the people running this between now and the next gig, because he's got 2 more nights to make this good.
Okay, thank you very much for all of your calls. We have gotten a number of texts saying I had the best night of my life last night. That was from a man called Ed. Now, sandwiches, Darren. We all love a sandwich, don't
doesn't?
we? Who doesn't love a sandwich? But we all like different things in our sandwiches. I'm a bit of a plain old Jane when it comes to sandwiches. It's a ham and cheese for me.
You can't go wrong.
No, you can't
Simple
go wrong.
but
It's
effective.
simple. I also love crisp sandwiches. I love a packet of potato on a crisp sandwich. But you've a survey there of the most popular.
I can tell you, Adrian, the 5 most popular sandwich fillings have been revealed, and crisps didn't make the top 10.
That's a brutal list.
So I would love to hear, if you're listening to Dublin Talks now, you're getting hungry, you want something to eat, you might have your little snack now, you might want to be thinking about tomorrow's lunch, or just a little snack at the moment, this very moment. What would you put in your sandwich? What's your sandwich filling of choice?
Okay, the weirder the better. Text or WhatsApp 0877 98 98 98. 0877 98 98 98. What is your sandwich filling of choice? What do you like to put on your sandwich? And as I said, the weirder the better.
The best text will get a ham and cheese sandwich made by Adrian Kennedy.
With some tato crisps
With some
added.
tato crisps.
Yeah,
Do you remember the video of Michal O'Mhartic making the ham sandwich?
No.
On the internet.
No.
Oh my God, it's like a lullaby. Let me find it for you.
Okay, text or WhatsApp us 0877 98 98 98. What is your favourite sandwich filling? And as I said, the weirder the better. Okay, text or WhatsApp 0877 98 98 98. What is your favourite sandwich filling? I'm a bit boring. I mean, avocados on a sandwich.
Let's go live to Michal O'Mhartic.
Oh, sorry.
Making
Here we
a
go.
ham sandwich.
Here we go. This is Michal O'Mhartic.
Now, I like plenty of it, substance to it. Now, this is a good one to put. It's nicely bent around there to match around. Now, that would be sufficient. And Kedra de Leyen Hinshin, couple tomatoes.
Couple of tomatoes.
You know, they
Got
give
his
it a
ham
bit
on.
of moisture.
Needs a
You
bit of
know,
moisture.
You might have tea with it or something like that, or milk or water or anything. Tomatoes, and they wouldn't be evenly cut, but they'd be cut so that they'd rest on it.
This puts me to bed at night.
Couple counts, I would place those, you know, like the team would line out, you know, not too near each other, and 2 tomatoes of that side would be plenty for me. Tomatoes would...
All right, that's Michal O'Mhartic's guide
Ham
to making
sandwich.
a ham sandwich with a bit of tomato. Is
Couple
that
of
all you put on
tomatoes.
it?
So that would be Michal O'Mhartic's preferred fillings here, and exclusive on Dublin Talks. He likes a big chunk of ham and couple tomatoes for the moisture.
He's actually a lovely man. I've met him a couple of times.
He's
He's
an
a lovely man.
absolute gent.
Yeah, he
One of the
really
good
is.
guys.
Text or WhatsApp 0877 98 98 98. What is your sandwich filling of choice? The weirder, the better. It's Thursdays, Dublin Talks. This is 98 FM. I'm Adrian Kennedy. That man there is Darren Cleary. Our Jeremy, for those of you who miss him, is back next week. And for those of you who don't miss him, I'm sorry, he's back next week.
And let's just start a petition to have him removed.
What, forcibly?
I think we should have a poll. If you would like Jeremy to stay away and me to continue in this show, text the word yes to 0877 98 98 98. If you want me to stay, text yes.
Sorry, is that 2 yeses?
Actually, I think the text machine might be broken because everything's saying no at the moment.
Oh, right. Sorry about that, Darren. Sorry. Now, sandwiches. We all love sandwiches. Everyone loves a sandwich. Do you know anybody who doesn't like a sandwich?
I wouldn't trust them. Those gluten intolerant weirdos.
Yeah, but they can have gluten-free bread and have a sandwich.
What's the point?
Okay, we asked you for your sandwich filling that suits you, or that's your thing. I love rashers, chocolate spread, and cheese.
My God. All things individually that I'm okay with.
Yeah.
Together?
Absolutely not.
No.
I love microgreens on the sandwich. What are microgreens? Oh, cress, sprouts, or any other sprouts plain on a sandwich is just sprouts on a sandwich.
Where do we find this class?
Seriously. Now, I love sprouts. Don't get me wrong. I'm a sprout man. But no. I'm sorry. Now, James, you're on 98 FM. What do you like to lash onto a sandwich?
Oh, you're going to get sick, Adrian and Darren. Toasted ham, cheese, banana, and brown sauce.
Ham and cheese, lovely.
You had me up until the brown sauce.
No. The ham and cheese, yeah. Even a bit of brown sauce, maybe. But what's the banana doing there?
I don't know, I just got a weird taste one day, and I just put the banana on, and I've eaten it ever since. My kids nearly get sick watching me eating it.
Now, when I was younger, I haven't done this for a long time, actually, and you've just given me a go for it. I used to love a sandwich with sliced banana on it and a bit of sugar. Yeah,
that's normal. That's not too bad.
That's not
normal,
bad. Yeah, that's lovely. I'm going to actually have one of them when I go home today. But
it's pretty filling, though.
It is pretty filling, yeah. I used to have that going to school. My mammy used to make that for me going to school. I used to love them.
That's why you had no friends in school.
Except...
Here comes Banana Boy. Hide the sugar. Banana Kennedy's in the building.
When you got to school to eat your sandwich at lunch break, yeah, because it was a banana on it, the bloody thing was really soggy by the time you got to eat it. It was a soggy mess.
It was.
Anyway, so ham, cheese, banana, and brown sauce.
Brown sauce, toasted.
Oh, toasted.
Oh.
Toasted, yeah.
Oh, that sounds vile.
You've lost it.
It's not. It's lovely.
So the brown sauce is warm.
No. Brown. Well, it will be warm, yeah. Because you just toast them in the toaster, and then you put your ham and cheese on. Then you melt it on, and then you put the banana on top and the brown sauce.
Ew. Right. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Each to their own. Now that. Thanks, James. What is your sandwich filling? Have you a weird sandwich filling?
No, but I'm going to hang my better half out to dry.
Yeah, go on.
Because she likes jam and cheese.
Jam and cheese?
Yeah. Isn't that weird?
Jam and cheese. Jam sandwich, yes. Cheese sandwich, yes. Not together.
No. She doesn't even have any shame about it anymore. For a while, she used to hide the fact that she's putting them together. Now she just outwardly says, I'm going to have a little jam and cheese sandwich. I said, ham and cheese? No, jam.
There is nothing like White Brennan's bread with no butter, strawberry jam, and tato cheese and onion. So that's tato and strawberry jam. No,
that's like tato chocolate. It's just not right.
No, that was just vile. Did you ever taste that when it came out?
I would not taste that garbage.
I tasted once just out of curiosity, and seriously, I don't know what they were thinking. I think they've disappeared again. They didn't work.
Oh, they're gone.
Yeah, tato chocolate. Now,
like Guinness Light, just didn't last.
Sean, what do you like on a sandwich?
I love a bit of banana and a bit of mustard. And
what? Sorry, what? You said banana and mustard.
And sugar, a few tablespoons of sugar as well.
Okay, now, I just said a moment ago that I like a banana sandwich with a bit of sugar, but what is the mustard doing there?
And then you toast it as well. Now, it's lovely.
Banana, sugar, mustard, toasted.
Yeah, it's a few tablespoons of sugar. To lay it on there.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get the banana. But what's... The mustard just clashes with that.
Oh, no, it's brilliant. It's lovely.
Oh, right. I'll try that when I get home. Not. Anne, what is your filling of choice on a sandwich?
Now, I love egg, onion and tomato, but I love peanut butter and jam or banana. Beautiful.
Peanut butter and jam?
With jam.
That's okay,
or peanut butter with banana.
That's very famous delicacies. That's peanut butter and jelly in America, yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing. That's where I picked it up. It's gorgeous.
Oh, that sounds disgusting to me. And what was the other one?
No.
What was the other one?
Mixed egg, onion and tomato with mayonnaise, beautiful.
You see, I don't like tomatoes and I don't like onion, so that's me
Yeah.
out. I do like a plain, boring egg mayonnaise sandwich. That does me.
Oh, no.
Just
no.
plain,
Oh,
boring
that's
egg.
lovely as
Mayonnaise
well, yeah.
sandwich.
Or
Little
hard-boiled
bit of
egg
thyme
sandwich.
into it.
I like a hard-boiled
Kennedy.
egg sandwich.
A hard-boiled egg sandwich
Yeah.
is the delicacy of serial killers. If you get excited
Little bit
about
of
a
thyme.
hard-boiled egg sandwich, there's
yeah.
something wrong with you.
Sliced hard-boiled egg and a dollop of mayo on it. Yeah,
Yeah, that's lovely as well.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Kennedy,
Now, when I
that's
go to a deli,
disgusting.
when I go to a deli counter and I ask for that, they look at me like I've 20 heads. What you want me
no.
you want me to slice 2 hard-boiled eggs and mayo? That's all you want in your sandwich? Yes, please.
That we
You ask
called.
for that in
And
public. In public, you ask for that. You
Marie-
ask for that.
Sorry?
You ask for that in public.
I did in a deli counter 2 weeks ago. Now, she did look like I had 20 heads now, to be honest. Marie,
Hi, Adrian.
what's your favourite sandwich filling?
No, I listened to you there saying about banana on bread. I love it.
Well, it's, and I have to say, I haven't had banana on bread with a bit of sugar since I was a kid, and I'm definitely going to have it when I go home today.
I know you had it last week. Now it was lovely, but I have to say now, as you said, they go soggy, which is right.
Yeah, they do.
But
Yeah.
if you have a sweet apple and cut it real thin and put a few layers of it on bread, it tastes the same as a banana sandwich.
Yeah, but it's too hard.
It's not if you cut them real thin and it doesn't go soggy. Now, a friend of mine
And
asked
do you-
me,
sorry,
did I
do you
want
put
a sandwich
sugar on
one
it?
night? Huh?
Do you put sugar on it?
No, it's a sweet apple.
Oh, right, okay. An
Well,
apple sandwich.
A friend of mine asked me, did I want a sandwich one night? And I said, oh, yeah. So, thank you. And, jeez, I'm sorry I said I did. She put cabbage in it.
Here, she wouldn't be my friend after that.
No, mine.
I'd fall out.
A fella I worked with years ago used to put custard creams on his sandwich. I tried it after the pub one night. It's absolutely top class.
The biscuits?
Yeah.
Here.
Custard cream sandwiches.
My nanny used to
Custard
butter.
creams, by their very nature, are sandwiches.
They are sandwiches. My nanny used to butter her biscuits. Not sure if people do that.
Yeah, plain, like...
Digestives.
Digestives, yeah.
She butter it where the chocolate should be.
Yeah, that's actually all right. And one last call. All this talk of food, sushi, has you feeling hungry for a particular reason?
Yes, it does. It's Ramadan today, the first day of Ramadan.
The first day of Ramadan is today.
Yes.
And this is a month of... Well, basically, it's a tough old month. Tell me what you have to do, or what you can and cannot do during Ramadan.
So the main things that you can't do is no eating or drinking from sunrise to sunset.
Okay, now that's fairly tough, because here in Ireland at the moment the days are fairly long.
Yep.
And let me just see. Today here in Dublin, the sunrise was at 5:20 this morning, and
Yep.
the sunset at 9:20 this evening.
Yeah,
Now-
but it's actually earlier than that.
Is it?
So it's not 5:20. There's a prayer which is before that, so it's about 3:20. So that's when you start fasting.
Right.
And you finish at 9:20.
At 9:20. So you can't
Yeah.
have anything to eat or drink until 9:20 in the evening.
Yeah.
And then what do you do? Do you pig out then?
Well, you would think that you pig out, but it's actually quite difficult to eat so much after you haven't eaten anything all day. Your stomach actually shrinks a bit, so you eat as much as you can, basically, to make up for not eating the rest of the day. And
when you say
you only
you
have
can-
a few hours to eat then as well.
When you say you can't eat or drink, does that include water?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You see,
So it's tough in the summertime, but by the time it actually changes every year. So it's 10 days earlier next year. So eventually it'll come back into winter time again, in which case you just miss lunch.
So say, for example, somebody who's living in Saudi Arabia, where it's the middle of the desert and it gets up to 42 degrees in the summer, they can't drink water for the whole day.
No. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's tougher in warmer countries for sure, but the days are shorter, so you kind of,
It balances out a little bit.
Yeah,
they
it balances out, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So so then you hear this talk of all this food, and I can see why that might wreck your head a little bit.
I'm changing the channel.
Sorry about that.
Well, actually, it's fine, because after listening to some of those And
put
if
you
the
off.
people eat it, put me off eating altogether.
Yeah, that'll put you off eating food for the rest of the day. So how long does Ramadan last until?
So it's either 29 days or 30 days, depending on the sighting of the moon.
Right, so...
Because it's an Islamic calendar.
It'll be, the 15th or 16th of June before you can start eating during the day again?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, well, what should I say to somebody during... Do you say Happy Ramadan, or what do you say?
You can say, Ramadan Kareem or...
Ramadan Kareem.
Ramadan Mubarak.
All right, very good.
Ramadan Mubarak. Mubarak means happy, does it?
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, now we know. Thank you for educating us. And enjoy Ramadan. And you're basically saying that by the end of the month, you're nearly used to not eating during the day.
Yeah, you get used to it.
And come here, would anybody ever have a sneaky glass of water or a sneaky Mars bar?
Well, you can, but you're doing it for yourself, and you're not doing it to show other people. So if you do it, you're kind of cheating yourself.
You're cheating yourself.
That's between you and your God.
Yeah, it's like
exactly.
Me. It's like me when I was off the cigarettes. I had a sneaky one, and
you're cheating yourself.
Yeah, I'm only cheating myself.
You're cheating yourself. Jeremy's been on.
Jeremy's been on
holidays. Could you put up the thingy?
Put up the thingy.
The fader for this one.
Oh, sorry. Yes, indeed.
Jeremy's been on. He's been listening to all of the various sandwiches.
Yes.
And this is what he says.
Scum.
So Jeremy's been in touch, and he just says
scum.
Sounds like Jeremy.
That actually is Jeremy. So some of the sandwiches: salami, liver pate.
Scum.
What else we got here? We got red sauce and salt on bread from Pat. Jeremy thinks you're
scum.
Sorry, Pat. Toasted banana sandwich for breakfast. Adrian thinks you're
scum.
And egg and sandwich in general. What would they be, Jeremy?
Scum.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Shushi, enjoy Ramadan, and thank you very much indeed for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
Good to talk to you.
Scum.
You'd miss him around here, wouldn't you?
We don't need him now. I've got this button. I've got the Jeremy button. So anytime we need Jeremy's reaction, so say something there.
What do you want me to say?
Anything controversial.
Anything controversial. Ed Sheeran is brilliant.
Scum.
So there, we don't need Jeremy. We've got him here, this one little button.
Okay, thanks, Darren. This is 98FM's
Scum.
Dublin Talks.
98FM's Dublin Talks with Adrian Kennedy.
Weekdays from 10 a.m. on 98FM.